A Tesla owner is suing the car maker over the fees for being charged at the DC fast charging station. Now, is he right? Should he be suing Tesla or not? That's the subject of today's podcast. So Kevin Shenkman sued Tesla in California state court, claiming that the automaker broke a promise to the early owners to provide free charging for life by imposing fees for leaving cars idle at Supercharger station. Now, he is seeking to represent all Tesla owners to recover costs as well as punitive damages and stop Tesla from imposing idle fees, according to the report. Now, when I first read this, I thought, okay, well, that sounds reasonable. If Tesla promised free charging for life, then that's what they should offer. However, when you look into this, what this guy is basically doing is nitpicking all kinds of things here. So what he's doing is basically this. He comes in to one of these Tesla supercharger stations and he leaves his car. And a lot of these are like at a shopping mall. Then he goes shop for 3-4 hours and he leaves his car there. Say in an hour he's charged, but he's in for 3 hours. 2 hours it's blocking the space for another Tesla owner. Now, what Tesla has done to try to get people who are inconsiderate, selfish, pricks, let's call them that way, Tesla's trying to kick those pricks out of the space. That's how I understand it. So they're charging 40 cents a minute. So they get a 10-minute grace period, and then they're charged 40 cents a minute, and then get the heck out. Pay the 40 cents a minute. Now, what this guy wants is not only the free charging for life, he wants the Tesla not to charge him for a parking space. Well, that's not part of the deal, buddy. Get your Tesla and repark it if you want to sit there. You don't get a free parking space. I mean, how inconsiderate, how rude. Now, if you think I'm harsh on this guy, look at these comments over here. BJ Rosen, what an a-hole. He's entitled to free charging, not free parking. I hope the judge makes him pay Tesla's legal fees. Frivolous lawsuits need to be discouraged. Probably frivolous lawsuits need to be stopped. I agree with BJ Rosen. All right, here's another comment from Purple Barra. The ignorance and greed of this dude is appalling. Someone like this doofus that doesn't know the difference between charging and charge blocking another person doesn't deserve the joy of Tesla ownership. I hope Tesla countersues for defamation. Anything really, just screw him. And demands the lawyer cost to be paid. Oh, that'd be something if he ends up paying the lawyer cost. I mean, guy's ridiculous, and I'm glad people are agreeing with me. Hank Gagnon. Move it after it's charged so someone else can use it. Thank you, Hank. It costs Tesla money and it blocks access to the chargers. If the selfish, inconsiderate dirtbags leave their cars in the spot after charging, the guy is a loser for suing. I mean, how greedy and selfish is this prick? And then why is this lawyer even taking the case? What kind of lawyer is he that has no moral compass? Here's Matt, frivolous. I agree with you, Matt. Chan says, hope he loses. Yeah, I'm on board with that. Oh, he's BJ Rosen again. I don't see why Tesla can't hire a towing firm, preferably one that employs ex-felons from junkyard dogs, and have these towed. Parking lot owners do that all the time. Tesla is renting these spaces, so they should have the same rights as any parking lot owner. Actually, this is a great idea, dude. I parked once for 5 minutes in front of a Publix, which is a grocery store in Florida. And I went for 5 minutes to the adjacent store. I forgot what it was, a cell phone or something that was adjacent to Publix. The guy he was on standby, Johnny on the spot, towed my car, and I had to pay $160 to go away. He basically had the camera feed into the towing company or somebody and radioing the towing company. So as soon as I walked next door, they towed my car because it basically said Publix only or something like that. They had some kind of a deal and they split the $160. I don't know what kind of deal they have, but they towed me right away. And I'll tell you, I've never done it again. But this to me is like way more abuse than what I did. I did it out of ignorance and they just nitpick. You know, obviously they towing me like that is ridiculous. However, their legal right. Imagine some person parks the Tesla forever and doesn't move. To me, that's even more ignorant. Here's another comment from Bull Rider. That 15 minutes should be dropped to 3 minutes. If charging the car is as convenient and quick as people keep telling us, then there's no excuse for the driver to just sit there with his car and wait for it to finish. All right, Jim Alger. It is incredibly convenient, but it's not uncommon for someone to plug the car and then go into a restaurant and get something to eat. In fact, many superchargers are actually in parking lots of Carl's Jr. or Chili's and so on. That being said, given that we are alerted before the car is fully charged with more than enough time to go back to the vehicle, you may be correct. I have figured out, however, that I was incorrect in the 15-minute. It actually is 5. Ironically, the only way I know is I was eating at Sbarro's at the Burbank Mall and have been goofing around for a while and got the alert on my phone, but said that I would incur a fee if I did not go back to the vehicle after 5 minutes of being completely charged. The irony of this is that there were some jerk parked with the Tesla Model X nose in and not plugged in. He didn't get charged at all because there was no way for Tesla to know if the vehicle's even there. Oh my God. So basically he's even a bigger jerk than the guy suing. He basically just put the Tesla in there because it's probably convenient to the restaurant or wherever he was going, and just use it as a parking space without even plugging it in. And then Tesla can't even send a fee. So Tesla probably needs some kind of a plate recognition cameras or something to detect like a chip in the Tesla and then charge these people even a bigger fee for abusing the system. Well, I guess you guys get the idea. Leave your comments below. What do you think about this situation? Should Tesla not charge this guy for leaving the car after it's charged? Or should this guy pay the fee for not leaving? And I actually read somewhere, but I couldn't find it to put it in this podcast. There was a lady who parked her Tesla literally half a day in a mall and just didn't plug in, similar to the other one I read. When she came back, she just laughed at everybody. So total abuse of the system. So also, what do you think how Tesla can prevent these pricks who are abusing the parking spaces? And what are your thoughts on the whole situation? So leave your comment below. Like, share, it'll help the podcast. And I will see you in the next podcast. Now bounce, bounce, bounce.